12-4 round count will surely buoy them heading into this game. Onto the defensive side for Boston Breach. Optic on the attack and starting fast.
Big push for mid-control. Ghosty. Maybe the first line of defense. Everybody's gone a little bit still. Everybody's waiting. There is some information now. They know he's here. On the other side of it, shotzzy, first blood against Nero. Gets away with his life. 8 health and first blood to Optic. They have the momentum.
63% of the time they are finding these first bloods. And they are converting them 90% of the time. It's a wonderful, wonderful rate. If you're an Optic fan, huke will find awakening as well. The 2v4 scenario now for the side of Boston Breach are surely unattainable. That bomb now goes down over towards A. It is the bait coming out for Optic. And now Boston Breach have got a lot of work to do.
They have to check so many corners, so many positions. They do not have any information on this side of the map. All they know is there are 3 Optic players looking for them, and Ghosty already finds Vivid Beans alone in a 1 versus 3, and down he falls. Only 1 kill on the side of Boston. On the side of Optic, every single player found something.
Teammates for Optic Texas, everyone doing their part. shotzzy opening up the gates as he often so does. And again, those first blood statistics are going to be something scary for Boston, because on the other side of things, they really struggle. Only 50% of the time are they finding them, and they are not converting them nearly as much. Put it in that perspective, Optic are converting it 90% of the time, Boston only 60. It's a huge, huge difference. Of course, small sample size for Optic with the 2 games that we've seen them, but the 2 games we've seen them in have been blowouts so far.
Well, already again, the man they rely upon, shotzzy, comes flying out of the gate, down to Vivid. First blood this time for Boston. Huke goes for the trade, somehow still finds it, will eventually fall to awakening. And Ghosty gets it back into a 2 versus 2. The opening engagements have been thrown down. And Dashy, they know where he is.
Ghosty's on the way. That bomb goes down. 2 versus 2 now. Dashy and Ghosty trying to put the pieces of this puzzle together. Nero.
Hold your nerve.
Nero's got to surely be the one that can do something here. Dashy good shots, but not good enough. Nero will clean that up. 1v2 for Ghosty.
And he's hoping that they move before him, hoping that they try and figure this one out as well. He sees Beans, 20 seconds left, already taking a few shots in the heels. It's going to take a miracle. It's going to take more than he can possibly do, because that time is going away from him, and they're going to throw shoulders. They will not give him the opportunity, and Beans will take him down. 1-1 now.
As soon as Nero finds that first kill onto Dashy, that makes the difference.
Also, audience, good job not ruining it.
That's not very nice. Round over to the side of Boston Breach.
All right, here we go into the next round. This time on the attack, Optic Texas. They'll be looking to try and get it again. But it is going to be chess, not checkers between them already. Aggressive here from them as well, and Vivid not able to get it. Dashy fighting for his life. There are nades ricocheting off the walls.
Spread out from both these 2 teams. Not a lot of information. Awakening will gain some with that, though. Grenade to slow them down, but they haven't quite made this push yet if you're side of Optic. Boston ready for this over towards B, but they seem to have left a lot of resources over towards this side. So, Optic, what is the play here now?
Patience. They are waiting. And so are we, with bated breath. Who moves first already? There's a fight gone down. shotzzy tries to make the hero play, hasn't found it. Advantage to Boston Breach. And again, it's quiet.
Heads over the catwalk, just maybe trying to get over the bedroom to find some information, but Boston Breach sat well far back. Huke not able to find anything with that 3v4 for the side of Optic. Time very much running out.
Here we go. They got to move, they got to find it, but unfortunately they lose another player. Dashy and Huke. We've seen magic before. Can we see magic again as Huke falls? It's only going to be Dashy left, but there is no time to get this bomb to a bomb site, so he's looking for kills, and down he goes. Interesting strategy there from Optic. We've seen it before. You play patient, you wait for a pick. But when you run out of time, you run out of options.
And Boston just didn't give them an inch. You sit in that scenario, you're waiting for a mistake to happen. Boston just hold tight. Well played from them. Not being lured into anything. Didn't work out for Optic Texas, and typically where Optic have had a lot of their luck is where they get aggressive, they find that first blood, and work from there, use the numbers. Not able to get it done this time. For the first time in this series, though, Boston Breach have some sort of a lead.
And now, Boston, can they make it 3-1, or will Optic get back? We see the sniper in the hands of the man, and Dashy will find Beans. Holds it perfectly while taking a nade to the face. And Nero gets away with his life as well, but they are down a man here, Boston.
He wants to try and get across, but the move around the outside is going to hurt him, but he's going to have to make the move through couches. Has the bomb here as well. Can he find somebody over towards the A side? Did he chase shotzzy? Yes, he did. 3v3.
And it's passive from Optic. Very, very passive. They are relying on a push through the mid here. Dashy has control with that sniper. They've a little bit of ships in the night. Vivid and Huke are on opposite sides.
This is a big fight.
Huke's going to see him as well, and he does. He gets him back. Advantage to Optic. Bomb down for Boston. A 2 versus 3.
And all of a sudden, Awakening has to put his attention over towards this flank. You have to trust in Nero to try to lock down Bedroom as Awakening. Still holding this down. Optic starting to move into position. At 3v2 in their scenario, retakes have been on their side, but time is not quite. 20 seconds to go, they've got to move.
Nero is sweating. He's sweating. He knows his player's looking for him here already. He's trying to get it. Awakening trying to get in position as well. Ghosty will take down Nero. It's the Giga Wake for the 1 versus 3. He has to check the time, and he's done just enough. He'll find 2, surely. He has to go for the diffusion. It's actually on it. Oh! Awakening finds it with a grenade just in time. And Optic are not beaten by the players. They are beaten by the clock.
And that, from Awakening, to be honest, after he finds the first kill and goes for the second, I was wondering why he's not just getting down, but he puts the bullets into hooks, so the grenade is good enough.
I am kind of curious whether or not Huke was actually on it on time.
It was very close. It would have been very close had he managed to pull it off, so we never know if it would have went his way. But big plays from Awakening, and he wrapped all the way through middle, so caught Optic off guard in a certain sense. They would have been expecting him towards the bar side. They have to spin around him. Don't spin around in time. Boston Breach, this is important for them to find themselves in a good start in the search and destroy. It was crucial after that beating. Beans now with the sniper. Dashy shows him just a little bit at the top of the head. But Beans now going to be under pressure, and Vivid gets caught out.
And Beans has to backpedal. Optic have taken complete control away, and that bomb is on the cusp of going down as well, and down it goes. They get out scot-free. 3 versus 4. This is better for Optic. It is a nightmare to retake this bomb site with this many players up. There are too many corners. There are too many shoulders to be thrown. Beans is going to find the forehead of Dashy, but 27 seconds remain. It is not a lot of time.
That's a big win from Ghosty. 3v3. It was potentially doable, but now Beans and Awakening, very little to be done here. As soon as Optic Texas find that first blood, force Beans away. This one was done. Back into the game, 3-2 now. Important for Optic to get that one themselves. A 4-1 scoreline, very different than 3-2.
Yeah, I got to say, Shotzy's first blood in that bedroom basically changed it. All of Boston lost position, and Optic took full control. You could even see they're on the retake. There was too many angles to check. They got caught in crossfires. So a little win there for Optic. They get another round on the board. We'll go back onto the attack, this time with Boston. 4-2 or all tied up. We've seen a lot of lovely sniper play happening so far. Curious if we'll see it again.
Boston already doing better than the majority of teams, the 2 teams who have come up against Optic Texas on this map. Shotzzy getting aggressive already. Beans will find one, but Shotzzy looks to punish. Nero turns round at the wrong time. Can he find the second under Beans as well? The dagger through the heart of Boston is Shotzzy. The tip of the spear of Optic flew true and fast in that scenario. 2 kills for him. 3v2 now for Boston to try and come back from. Perfect from Shotzzy to kick off the round.
I just weren't expecting this man to come up with full force, and there's a third for Shotzzy. Only Vivid for the ace, and he's looking, he's trying to find it, but Vivid will take him down, trying to make his own 1 versus 3. His dead silence has popped as well. I think he's going to see just the tiniest hint of a player there as well, but he's been spotted in return. Going to go for the wide chow, looking for Hugh, guns him at the same time, trying to stay alive. Vivid looking every single direction he can as it comes down to a 1v1! And Vivid makes the 1 versus 3! Boston, They were broken by shotzzy, but they regained.
I have to ask, I don't know why huke's challenging it. I know he's in a bad spot, but Ghosty, he's on the way. Stay behind the pillar, don't challenge the gunfight. And you have some help, it's a 2v1, but he goes for the child. Ghosty not close enough to clean things up. That is a huge round. 4-2 now to Boston. Vivid goes huge when he needs to.
And they thought it was all over. Vivid thought otherwise. 1v1. Has put Texas behind.
Passive approach now from Boston, as it so often is on the defensive side. Optic Texas trying to feel out once again. shotzzy is the one sent away on his own. He'll be dealt with this time around. Nero will find the kill. And now a difficult situation for Optic. Huke puts the issue onto Beans though. The aggression comes through. Is Vivid able to answer? Is Huke going to go for it? He's going to go for it, and Vivid will deal with him again.
I don't think his health was fully back at that point. Huke may have gone one step too fast. Bomb left out here. Dashy though, we've seen him perform magic before. Dead silence in hand. It's like superpowers every time it gets popped. And maybe, and he is going to get the first there. Back down to a 2 versus 2. Boston have trying to play the clock maybe.
Oh, Vivid's going to show himself and back going down quickly. Dead silence still there. Awakening falls into the clutches of Dashy again. And now Vivid on a 4 spree. Needs to do it all over again. Here for the side of Boston Breach, as this bomb will go where he is very much not. I think it's time to plant that. Had it just in time. Vivid now with a job to do.
The call was made. And Dashy answered. Vivid for the clutch again here against Optic. Slightly more difficult with bomb down. Slightly more difficult when you run into the kitchen snakes. And there are players against him and gunned instantly. Dashy to get everything they needed in that round and put it to rest. I've said that dead silence is like superpowers. And they may call him Batman, but this time, everything in his hands delivered.
3 kills for Dashy in the round. First one to open it up. The second one was the huge one on Awakening, who just misstepped at the wrong time. Optic closed the gap to 1. Not much Vivid could do in that situation. Crowd still not to be deterred at all. Boston trying to tie this series up. Look at this aggression coming in from Boston, and Optic not ready for this one.
And now Boston have prime position.
They've got so much info here. And yeah, not really doing a great deal with it.
Well, if you think realistically, shotzzy has been causing serious issues with his aggressive play style against them. Boston probably too nervous to overextend. It is a patient waiting game. They've still got plenty of time, but they must not lose first blood in this scenario.
And I think the big reason as to why this bomb didn't go down earlier, Awakening not seeing anything over towards the dual side. But the first kill will be crucial. Dashy probably believes he's got a couple of hit markers there. shotzzy now going to go through. Big kick kill coming in from Awakening. Huke now trying to search for something in the mid-map as well. But a 4 versus 3 for the side of Boston. They've got players in prime position. This should be 5-3, but Huke will find one. Ghosty will find another 3v2.
And they're going. The time is ticking. And Optic are looking to get in position right now. They have to. Awakening is going to hold off 2, though. And only Ghosty going to remain. It's a 1 versus 1. He has to fly towards Awakening. He knows the time is against him. And Awakening, discretion is the better part of valor, because you cannot defuse while he's alive. And while he wins the gunfight, he does not get to defuse. 5-3 to Boston.
Big wake with big plays. The 2 that he finds changes that round very, very quickly. Bottom with a perfect scenario there. Optic go for the mid to B hit to try and control that area of the map, trying to match a potential aggressive push from Boston, which does not come. 5-3 to Boston now, looking to tie this series up. Optic, honestly, I mean, the first bloods have mostly been over towards the side of Boston. That's what's helping them out right now. Currently sitting at 5-3 in favor of rounds. It's 5-3 in the first bloods as well.
Door open. Beans with a sniper. Awakening on the cross in the corridor. But Optic with a bold play call in this round.
They heard the stun, so the information is there.
And Awakening. Awakening.
Get out.
Sea of green.
I mean, this is a big stack from Optic. They have to make sure that this is tight. If you are Boston Breach, you're trying to pick in from the outside. Fish in a barrel springs to mind. But can you find that first fish? Is shotzzy now waiting, ready and waiting for the side of Boston to start to make their move. 30 seconds to go. First kill to Nero. Is it all going to fall apart as Boston find a way through? Vivid with one. And it's now a 2v4. Nero with another hook left alone.
Trying to find everything here, and it kicks in, and he's not going to find it. Boston surrounds, and they take down Optic. The stack was too big. They couldn't contain the players. And Boston